everyone.
Good morning.
So, please observe. Draw your own conclusions. Well, that's what we do, isn't it?
Yes.
Of course it is. Life really is a matter of perspective. Because it's how we see it as to how it is for us. Remember Geraldine from Flip Wilson? He'd come out, he'd be all dressed up, and he'd go through his routine, and he'd say, "What you see is what you get." Of course, he said it in a funny way, but nevertheless, it's still the truth. A little before that, Shakespeare said, "There is nothing bad or good, but thinking makes it so." And just a little before that, Buddha said, "Life is a creation of the mind." And of course, the span of time is all relative to perspective too. I look at myself and I look at how old I am right now, and sometimes I look at it from the perspective of, wow, I'm still a boy. And other times I look at it and say, God, I've outlived myself. So, we look and we see this right here is a glass with water. From a realist perspective, that's what it is. From a pessimist perspective, there should be more water in there. It really is running low. As a matter of fact, as I'm talking, it's evaporating. From an optimist perspective, it's half full. There's so much possibility with that. Look at all you could drink. Look at how you could hydrate yourself. Why, if you really took the opportunity, you could have a shower. Again, it's a matter of perspective. Some of the things that our perspectives reveal to us is where we have fixed notions of how things are. And consequently, because of those fixed notions, we live our lives based upon them as if they were the only existing reality, when the fact of the matter is, they just happen to be the only one existing for us at a given time. Think about it now. How many things have you held to be true in your life that only in some situation, some circumstance, you're confronted by that? And in that confrontation, you look again and you see, wow, is that really a match for this reality? Is what I'm believing and have believed, is that strong enough? Is that substantial enough to actually support me right now? Of course, the ego will argue and say, of course it is. But many times, life is there as our support, showing us things that we just are not in the moment ready to perceive. Does that mean that life then gives up on us? No, life is not a pessimist. Life is the ultimate optimist. And why? Life's got it all figured out. We, on the other hand, believe we have it figured out, but if we can ever get to that place of altering our belief and saying, I really know so little, and it obviously isn't necessary for me to know in order to live. I breathe, I move, I act, and in all of that, I experience life. Could it be that if I changed my perspective and became a little more optimistic, that things would begin to work out for me. Because you see, a pessimist looks at things and says, why even bother? It's not going to work out. And with that attitude, the pessimist moves along those lines with belief, conviction, and application, and so proves that to be true. Whereas an optimist says, hey, wait a minute. There's possibility here. I'll look at this if in the worst case scenario, see it as challenge. And if it is challenge, then I'll look and see if there's something in me that I can connect with, and also then possibilities out there that maybe I missed that will aid me in turning this into a positive conclusion. Boy, sometimes it really takes a lot of living to come to that realization, you know? I mean, I think the way we're programmed, the way we're trained, we're programmed and trained to be pessimistic. You know, it used to be welcome was the sign of the West. Now it's beware. Fear has replaced hope. And we see it being broadcast in so many different areas. It's no wonder that people are turning into that kind of robotic involvement. But that doesn't really say that that's the nature of life. Because if you can ever get away from the human involvement, get yourself into nature, just as one possibility. If you get into nature, you're going to allow yourself to experience another kind of harmony, another kind of rhythm. And it will begin to stir you at a level of connection. That there's a part of you that is inseparably connected to this planet. I mean, after all, you breathe its air, you eat its food, you drink its fluids, you gain all your substance from it. And there's more to it than that if you allow yourself to open up and become a little more optimistic. And in your optimism, feel the connection of life stirring you so that you can begin to experience it in a first-person, present tense way. So, possibilities for us. And again, it's moved. It's changing. But it also is life substance. When I first looked at this and I thought of it as a lecture title, some of the stuff that I was going through, I was vacillating between being an optimist and a pessimist simply because of the things that were going on with my body. And I looked at it again and I said, wait a minute. There's at least some water there. Okay? And on that, I'm going to rest my worrisome self, put it aside, and move forward, knowing that this too shall pass away. Because that is one of the faulty hold cards of pessimism, that it will never change. And it's always changing. If you can see that, then you can open yourself up to the possibility that it will change, and change for the better, especially if you allow yourself to be caught up in that kind of optimism. Sometimes you have to go with the flow. You can't make it happen, but you can put yourself there to where you're a part of the happening. Something that is so valuable to all of us, and as a matter of fact, in some people's estimation, the most valuable, and that is relationships. Our relationships are so important. First, of course, our relationship to ourselves. Then our relationship to our primaries. If that's family, if that's friends, if that's husband, wife, children, whatever it may be, we see that that is so, so valuable. Next, of course, is our health. Many times we don't value our health until it's beginning to move away from us. Then we look at it and we say, okay, I need to do something about that. Then we look and we say, okay, work. So many people complain about work, but work gives you the opportunity to connect with something, to feel the value of you and you putting yourself into something. It gives you structure, it gives you meaning. And, of course, it also gives you income, which leads you into the next thing that's important and valuable, and that is money. Can't live with it, but you can't live without it, unless, of course, you do. But one thing is for sure. A certain amount of money helps us to live our lives. But the more and the more of money just makes life a problem. Because you then get caught up in getting jealous about it, in feeling, okay, I've got to compete. Okay, this is really causing me trouble, when if you just have enough, then you realize enough is enough. And are we talking about optimism in a very practical way? Absolutely. Then the last part of it is, okay, this is deeper than just the superficial. Freedom. If we look outside ourselves and we say, you are interfering with, you are the cause of my freedom, we are missing what freedom really is about. How free are you in yourself, in your life? How do you value your freedom? Optimism gives you the opportunity to expand your living, your freedom, in ways of going beyond yourself, perhaps even giving to others, perhaps even receiving and feeling gratitude in the sharing, the connection. So all of these things I'm simply bringing out as possibilities to help you in the possibility of seeing we make each other happy, and we also make each other happen. You make me happen, I make you happy. You make me happy, I make me happy. I also experience happiness in living that. Optimism, pessimism. Half full, half empty. This is just a surface touching of what this can be for you in your life. Okay, that's that part. Are you ready for part two?
Yes.
This struck such a note with me that I want to share it with you. It's from Eckhart Tolle. The most important, the primordial relationship in your life is your relationship with the now. Or rather, with whatever form the now takes. That is to say, what is or what happens. That's how we experience the now, as what is or what happens. If your relationship with the now is dysfunctional, that dysfunctionalism will be reflected in every relationship, every situation you encounter. The ego could be simply defined in this way: a dysfunctional relationship with the present moment. So, it is at this moment that you can decide what kind of relationship you want to have with the present moment. So ask yourself, do I want to have the present moment to be my friend or my enemy? The present moment is inseparable from life. So what you really are deciding is what kind of relationship you want to have with life. Once you've decided that you want the present moment to be your friend, it's up to you to make the first move. Become friendly toward it. Welcome it in whatever disguise it comes, no matter. Welcome it in. And soon you will see the results. Life becomes friendly toward you. People become helpful, circumstances cooperative. One decision changes your entire reality. But that one decision you have to make again and again and again until it becomes natural to live in this way. So, this present moment is your friend. Be friendly toward it. Welcome it. Begin to look with an attending clarity that's able to move beyond the disguise instead of being bumfuzzled by the disguise. And feel the presence of life revealing itself through your perception. So as you can in yourself change your perception from being negative to positive, you begin to open yourself to the positive results that you, in yourself, are realizing exists. Thank you.
For more information about the Metaphysical Church of Enlightenment or the Rodin Foundation, please go to our website at www.rodin.org. If you have been inspired by the revelations shared in these podcasts, please donate to the Rodin Foundation's ongoing efforts to help others help themselves at www.rodin.org/donate.